Hi everyone, my name is Robert James, the founder of Helperbird. Today I'm going to walk you through how to use Helperbird on Google Chrome, but Helperbird is also available on Mozilla Firefox, Microsoft Edge, and Safari, both on desktop, iPhone, and iPad. We also have browser add-ons for Microsoft Word Online, Google Docs, Google Slides, and Google Drive. For people who aren't aware, Helperbird is a browser extension that allows users to customize web pages both for reading, writing, and accessibility needs. We have very common features like font changers and text-to-speech, and we have some amazing features like Immersive Reader, OCR, and STEM support. We have a variety of different features for everyone, and today we're going to demonstrate how to use a few of these. So once you have Helperbird installed, it will either be located under a puzzle piece, or it might be already pinned here. We're going to click on Helperbird, and you can see our UI is after appearing, and we're on the free version because we haven't logged in yet. We'll show you how to do that in one moment. Helperbird is broken up into two main areas. There's the quick actions, which is some of the favorite or most popular features, and then we have a list of all features underneath, and you can go to different categories and discover how to use them. We also have two other very important kind of features I like to demonstrate. Is the search, which allows you to quickly go to specific features, and it will just show those ones. And we also have what we call the ignition key, or the toggle on and off. So Helperbird has two stages. It has off and on. Off means no features that you have enabled will run on the page, and on means that those features will run on the page. So just to recap so far, we have the quick actions, which allows us to access our favorite features, and we can customize those. We have the list of features underneath. We have the search, and then we have the ignition. So we're going to turn on Helperbird. You can see now it says Helperbird is running, and our setting has been saved. And the green icon up is turned green up here. It used to be red. Now, because we're on the free version, and if you've paid for a subscription or your school has access to Helperbird or has paid for a pro subscription, we're going to show you how to log in. So we're going to scroll to the very bottom. You'll see settings. We'll click open. We'll click login. This will open up a new tab, and you'll have two areas. You can either use a subscription key, which your school might have provided for you, or you might have got when you've signed up for Helperbird Pro, or you can choose to log in with your Google account if you're on Google Chrome, or a Microsoft account if you're on Microsoft Edge. One thing to note here is the email that we're going to ask you for permission to see is the same one that you've logged into your browser. So just make sure that you've logged into your browser up here, and we'll ask permission to see this email. So I'm going to go ahead and click log in with your Google account. You'll get a welcome page. And you can see, welcome back, you're now logged in. And if we scroll up here, you can see it says Helperbird Pro. It also might say Helperbird Unlimited if you're on a school or enterprise plan. And all the features are now unlocked. Now that that's done, we can now start using some of our features. And today I'm going to demonstrate some of our more popular features. So we have the highlighter menu. We can highlight and select text, and a tooltip will appear, which will allow you to access the text-to-speech, which will show you how to customize later.
The art and beauty.
We can also use our dictionary. For example, I'm going to pick the word website and click dictionary. It might take a second. And you can see now it's brought up our own website and the definition, the nouns, and the meaning. And let's try another word. We're going to try Batman. And you can see it's now brought up the word Batman and how the meaning and the example. This works for any word and other languages too. So it's a great tool to have. We can also search the web. We can also use Immersive Reader from here. So for example, if I click here and click Immersive, it loads up Immersive Reader. In another video, which you can find on our YouTube, we'll go through all the features of Immersive Reader, but for a quick demonstration, we can click play.
The art and beauty of an accessible website.
And then when we're done, we can click close. We're going to highlight some text here. We can also translate this. So we're going to click translate. And you can see it's translated into Spanish, but we can also choose other languages as well. And another nice thing is the highlighter. So if we scroll along here, we can say show highlights. And we can click highlighter. And then we're going to click the red. And then we'll come down here. We'll pick yellow. And if we refresh, you can see it's here. And we'll highlight another one. We'll pick green. And for example, if we refresh again, they're always there, which makes it nice and easy. And if you want to turn this off, so you want to keep your highlights, but also, make them disappear just for while you're researching the page again, you can make them hide. You can also show them again, which makes it nice, easy, and great. Next, we're going to show you that we have a great tool, which is summarizing. You can summarize this page by clicking summarize. And it'll break it up into 3 to 4 bullet points of what we think is important on this, but we will put up a warning occasionally saying this is done by us and we have to make sure that you're reading this fully. Another option, which in the latest version of Helperbird, is the ability to listen to this text. So when you click listen, it will automatically open our text-to-speech with our tooling, and you can click play.
Accessibility in web design means making sure everyone can use websites, no matter their abilities.
Which the great thing is, we can also change the voices. And one thing I like to note, this is an inside tip, is that if you have German text, we have these flags. So if you choose a flag that is German, it will read out the German text as if a native person was speaking it, or if you switch it to a different language to the text that you're trying to read. From here too, we can also change the highlighting color, the speed, the pitch, and the volume. And the one thing to note from here is that these settings will be applied to everywhere within the app. So if I click play again,
Accessibility in web design means making sure everyone can use websites, no matter their abilities. It's about paying attention to details that may not be visible but are crucial for some users, similar to how Steve Jobs cared for unseen parts in design.
You can see it's much faster, and that's the way I would prefer it. For the rest of this demonstration, I'm just going to slow it down back to regular speed. And now we're going to go to our next feature. Our next feature is the reading mode, which some people might have seen is starting to be introduced into Chrome, Firefox, and other browsers, but this is just our version. So if we come here and we click View in Reading Mode, you can see it's taken that text and put it into a nice, clean, simple format that you can read. This will work on multiple websites, some that are more distracting than this current one. Then we have Immersive Reader again, but the great thing is if you have Helperbird Pro, you can click it and it will select all the text at once. And then you have all the great features of Helperbird and Immersive Reader.
The art and beauty of an accessible website.
Then, just the next thing I like to highlight and show people is the ability to customize here. So we're going to click Add to Quick Actions. We're going to click on Simplify, and we're going to close. You can see a new button has appeared, which is this black Simplify. We're going to click it. It will ask you the ability to highlight some text. So we're going to select, say, this opening sentence, and we're going to say Simplify Text. It might take a second or two. It has now taken that text and make it used more simple and easier to read text. So instead of saying, imagine Steve Jobs meticulously crafting the inside of a computer, it now says, imagine Steve Jobs carefully making the inside of a computer, which is more easier to read and understand. Again, from here, you have the ability to listen to the text and have it played back.
Imagine Steve Jobs carefully making the inside of a computer,
which makes it easier and more accessible for your students to read that text and understand it. The next feature we're going to demonstrate is our PDF support. Our PDF support is very important to us, and we've made sure this is rock solid. So there's two ways to access it. If a PDF is detected, we'll automatically ask you, do you wish to open up the PDF in Helperbird? Or you can manually do it. So we're going to click Open PDF Reader. And from here, we have several different options. We have access to open a PDF, so we're going to choose that. And here, I've picked Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. You can see it's automatically opened it. We can jump to different pages. We can highlight text and click play.
How very wrong he was.
Have it read out to us, which is amazing. But some other nice things is that we can actually choose to open up this whole page in Immersive Reader. And then again, just to demonstrate.
6 them and their kind. He couldn't see how he and Petunia could get mixed up in anything that might be going on. He yawned and turned over. It couldn't affect them.
Which is great. But we can also summarize this whole thing. So we're going to click Summarize. And you can see it summarized this page that we're currently on. But one of the great things of Helperbird, and this is new in the latest version, is if a page is editable, like a PDF, we can actually save our responses and download it. You can see it's now downloaded our version of the Harry Potter. Again, you just need to make sure the PDF is editable or has inputs that are editable. And that's just a quick glance of our PDF reader. There's also nice tricks. You can use all these features over here. You can use your keyboard to go back and forth. You name it, it's all here in Helperbird. So a lot of questions we get is about the dyslexia support, but also kind of our word prediction. So we have a word prediction here, which supports French, English, Spanish, German, and Brazilian Portuguese. So we're going to just jump over here to Google Docs. We can see we have some text that's been written, but we're going to enable our word prediction. So now that it's on, you can see a little green icon is indicating. We can come along and start typing. And you can see it's starting to suggest different words. And
My.
click the button next to it to have it read out. We can have it inserted. And I can just make sure that the word I want is being suggested and picked. This will also adapt and change over time. You can see it's corrected it, so I can go Robert and then just correct my space. And then when I'm done, I can click close. See, Ireland. And I can just correct my point. And that's our word prediction. It is extremely useful and extremely handy. Some of the other things to note in the latest version of Helperbird is that we've added actually a whole new support for Google Docs. For example, we can click View in Reading Mode, and the whole text here is now brought into reading mode. We can also summarize this whole page that we're writing. And you can see all these features now work natively in Google Docs with Helperbird. We can also use sticky notes here. And this is just a glance at some of the features that you can access. We can also use our text-to-speech and click play.
Thousands of frenzied fans gathered at the opening last week of Universal Orlando's The Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
And we can close it, and we have access to all our wonderful tools. Some of the other ones to highlight is our overlays and tints. We can customize these on later, which would be like changing the colors, the texture, the brightness. We also have rulers, like dyslexia rulers. You can see this. We can change the height, the width, the color, and even the kind of balance or transparency of it as well. The next feature I like to highlight for people is our STEM support. This is what we call a math reader or maths reader if you're from Europe. The ability here is it will take a maths question, be it in a PDF, be it in a document, be it on a website, and you can actually extract it and make it more legible. And what do we mean by that? What we found is some maths questions would be like 6 divided by 2, but they would read it out as 6/2, and that can be a little bit confusing for a user. So I'm going to demonstrate that now. So we're taking a random question. We'll click this one. We'll come along to our maths reader. We'll click. It will ask you to select the maths question on the page. We'll select here. We'll give it a second. You can see it's now brought in that maths question into Immersive Reader. So if we click play,
9 minus 3 divided by 1/3 plus 1 equals.
You can see that sounds so much more natural. You can also do it from books and pages. Speaking of that, it will also work with maths, physics, and chemistry questions, and we are always improving this. So we're just putting the little beta tag on this as of this moment. Another feature that is always brought up is our OCR or extracting text tool. Some users might call this a screenshot reader. Some people might call it a text grabber or OCR. We call it extract text. And the way this works is we're going to come back to this website and go to the blog. And you can see there's images here with text. We can come along to the OCR. And for our first demonstration is we're going to ask it to extract the text from the image and open it up in Immersive Reader. So we're going to click Start. It's now looking for the text. And you can see it's opened that text from that image in Immersive Reader.
Calendar versioning.
Then the next version, what we can do is translate and click Start and have it translating the selected text. So we'll give it a second. You can see it's translated this text into Irish. Then our next one is read the extracted, where it will automatically read out the text that it's extracted.
Calendar versioning.
You can see it's read it out. And then our nice next feature, as we've shown earlier, is where we've highlighted and we've also created a sticky note, is we can actually save this as a sticky note. So if we select here and we'll click calendar versioning again, it will now extract it. And if we refresh the page, you can see it's calendar versioning right here. So that was our extract text tool. It will work on everything, PDFs, images, you name it. And then I think the last major feature to use for today, and this just quick walkthrough, is our voice typing. So we're going to click open. And you can see an input is here, and we can say speak. Hello, my name is Robert. This is a demonstration, full stop. And you can see it's now taken that text and displayed it. We can clear this text. The one thing I like to note here is how it's capitalized everything as well. So we can say speak again. Again, this is another demonstration to demonstrate Helperbird's voice-to-text software. Full stop. New line, new line. We're also going to talk a bit more about how we can use catchphrases and also demonstrate this a bit more. Full stop. And you can see how it's demonstrated and broken up into 2 paragraphs. We can also copy, and then we can also listen to this text again.
Again, this is another demonstration to demonstrate Helperbird's voice-to-text software.
You can see this is pretty amazing, and then we can copy it into our clipboard and paste it wherever we like. These are some of our major features, but also just to demonstrate some more, is we have font changers. We have text word spacing, letter spacing, line height, text alignment. We also have paragraph controls. So we have customizations for everything, and it's a lot for you to discover. We also have the ability to change colors. We also have dyslexia tools, including the dyslexia ruler, the focus ruler, the reading guide, which is more follows a block, and we can also customize all these as well. We have speed reading, voice typing, translate. For example, let's translate this website into Danish, and it's been translated for us with our settings applied. We can auto scroll the maths reader, we can take screenshots, we can add overlays and contrast controls, you name it. So there's tons to discover here, and we also have media options, such as the ability to hide GIFs, hide images, show links, show descriptions. So for example, you can see the alt text is now appearing. And then the very last section is just how to use the shortcuts and some other nicer tools as well. So this is just a quick, well, it was meant to be quick, but a walkthrough of how to use Helperbird. And then when we don't want to apply our settings anymore, we can turn off. And then the website's back to normal. So I hope you've enjoyed this walkthrough. I know it's a lot here, but if you look at the bottom of our YouTube, you'll see little timestamps what each feature is being demonstrated. Again, if you have any questions, you can reach out to us at helperbird.com and go to the live chat. We're a small team, but we try to make a big difference. So if you find any issues, any bugs, or need any feature requests, just let us know and we'll try to make it happen as soon as possible. I know there's a lot here for Helperbird, but I hope these tools make a difference in your day-to-day life. And if there's any feedback, we'd love to hear from it. Thank you so much.